Hello, hello. Welcome to the Happy Hippie Intuitive. This is Nina. I am here to do your 2022 reading, Gemini. So welcome to this yearly reading. Now, I would like to remind you that these readings are general, so you must take what resonates and leave the rest, please. I always put the cards I use below in the description box so you can find them if there's any cards that you like. Now, with that being said, if you like what I do, then please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't, and click the bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. With further ado, let us dive into the year for you, Gemini. We are going to look at the energies, the overarching energies of what might come towards you in the coming year, and advice from Spirit on how to navigate those energies, okay? So let's get to it. We are going to start with 3 oracle cards to look at the overarching energy first. Now remember that these energies can of course be something that you have already looked into a little bit in the previous year, and it can also, all depending on what it is that pops up, go on to the year after. But still, this is kind of the focus is on the 2022 year. Now, oh, there were 3 that just popped over. Does that mean I'm supposed to take those? Just a second, I have to feel into that. They're saying yes and 1 more. Okay, so I will look at those and then 1 more is what they're asking me to pull. 1 more. Okay. I've never happened before. That's strange, but fun. We just follow the guidance. Okay, so that's the last card. And then we're going to look at the 3 that just popped out in order. It was be humble, assess the situation. I need more space because you got 4 cards, and think it through. Okay. And then be real. Okay. Okay, Gemini. But before we sink into it, so what I was about to say is that the energies can last, of course, longer, but the main energy that we're looking at is this coming year. So what is kind of the energies that you are currently in, and what is it that you might be bumping up against this coming year, and how does Spirit advise you to maneuver those energies? So let us look closer at it. You have 2 first quarter, 1 new moon and 1 full moon. Okay. First quarter is, of course, where you start something up. Okay, where something is starting up. So you have that here, and then you have a new moon, which is where you plan for the future. And then you have the full moon, which is where things come to fruition, but also about feeling into the emotions, okay, of whatever it is that's needed. Very often up until the full moon, we have some days that are very emotional. So that's kind of also needed to be said regarding the full moon. Now the zodiac signs that you have are Leo, Virgo, Gemini, so you popped up in your own reading, and Aquarius. Okay, so let us look deeper at it now. They're saying be humble, and they're saying that with the first quarter moon and with Leo energy. Leo energy is, of course, a fire energy. It's the energy that wants to expand, that wants to grow, that wants to achieve, okay? And it's the first quarter here. So what I feel about that is, if you are getting recognition for work that you are doing, make sure to not let that kind of go to your head. Make sure that your ego doesn't make that into you being a superstar about everything. You are a superstar, of course, but you know, don't let your ego get in your way of that. I mean, Gemini is an air sign, and they are very analytical people, very communicative people. And so I would say just make sure that your ego don't go totally overboard with recognition coming your way. But be humble also, for me, is about accepting that things might take time, though. So for some of you, you might not have gotten there yet, but you are working on it. And so they're saying, be patient with yourself, be humble for all the things that are working for you right now, you know, and see if you can get into the energy of gratitude instead of focusing on what's not working, okay? So that might be a message for some of you. They're saying assess the situation in the first quarter moon as well. So I feel like this is the first quarter of the year. Okay, first 3 months, January, February, March is what I'm feeling with this. Now you have assessed the situation and first quarter moon in Virgo. Virgo is very much about your ground pillars. Virgo is very much about happy home, family, and you know, doing what you love, you know, working with what it is that you love in life. So assess the situation as to, are you where you're supposed to be right now? Or after those 3 months? It's time to kind of maybe look back at the first 3 months and say, okay, have I taken the steps that I wanted to do? Have I gone in a direction that I wanted to do? Have I followed my heart here? Instead of letting the ego take over and steering me into direction that I might not be the best interest for me. Okay, so assess the situation when you have come first quarter is what I would say with that. Okay. Now, Gemini season coming up. Okay, so this is the first quarter of the year, and then we're moving into the second, and we are coming up to June, and end of May, June, where the Gemini season is, and then they say think things through. Okay, so with that, I would say that you are someone who normally thinks all the time and communicate all the time. But there might be a way of you looking at things, or a way that you're thinking about things that might not be the right direction. So are you focusing then? Ask yourself at this time, are you focusing on what's working, or are you focusing on what's not working? Because I have a feeling that a lot of this is about the law of attraction, because what you focus on is what you get more of. If you only focus on what's going wrong, then that's what you're going to get more of. If you focus on what's going right and staying, as I said, in that energy of gratitude and being humble, then that's what you're going to get more of. So I feel like this year for you is very much about controlling that monkey mind, controlling that ego that might, you know, go overboard if you get praise, or not seeing the situation as it is, not kind of allowing yourself to follow your heart, maybe over-analyzing things. So think it through, meaning that look back now and see what have you achieved when it comes to the balance in the heart versus the ego, if you will, that first half year, okay? Because I feel like this first half of your year is going to be very much about balancing that, about following your heart, about finding your bliss, about being truthful to what it is that you want. The year we are going into is the year 6 numerology wise, and so that's the year of love. 2021, that which we are leaving, was the year of change, number 5. So this year is very much about going into the heart and following the bliss, okay? Following what your heart's desires wants, not following the ego, not listening to the monkey mind. So I do feel like you have some work to do this first quarter at least, and maybe also the first half of the year, finding that balance, you know. Ego is, of course, designed to protect the physical form, and it's doing its job. But that doesn't mean that ego is supposed to dictate your life, okay? Because you have a higher self that knows your path a little bit better here. So are you listening to that? Are you listening to your heart? So what I would say in this, I would set aside time to maybe put in your planner. I mean, Geminis are normally good at thinking things through. So if you put in your plan to meditate or do yoga or go for walks where you clear your mind, okay? Where you leave ego to rest and where you feel into, am I on the right path now? So what I would say is that you have to do some course corrections along the way. It's like when you're sailing a sailboat and you have the wind changing a little bit. You have to adjust, you know. If the wind changes to get the best speed, you have to adjust. You have to adjust the sail. You have to adjust the rudder in order to gain that momentum, right? So that's what I'm feeling that you have to do this first half of the year. Feel in, you know, check in all the time, regularly, every day if you can, to see, am I on the right path now? Am I, you know, Have I adjusted the rudder and the sail? Am I in contact with my higher self? Am I in contact with my heart? Am I following my bliss now, or have the monkey mind kind of led me down on another path? So it's about checking in all the time and making that into a habit so that this becomes a normal balance for you in the future. So that's what I feel for you, at least these first 3 months, maybe even up until May, June, okay? Now, we also have the full moon in Aquarius, be real. And be real is be real to what it is that you truly want, okay? Aquarius being the rebel. Aquarius being the one that does not want to follow just the masses. They want to think outside the box. So what is the truth for you, Gemini? What is the truth for you? What is it that you truly want deep down in your heart? I feel like that is the main theme of the year for you, okay? Let us look at some tarot. And be real also towards others about how you feel about things, okay? Be honest. This is a time for honesty. I'm also noticing this person here sitting and with a cup of water or a jar of water, close by a river. And I'm also seeing these two people are meditating and looking up at the light or the sun or the moon. So very much about going inwards and feeling things through. Be real. Be real to your heart. Be real to what it is that you truly desire. Okay? Yeah. So let us look at it, Gemini. Let us look at it. What else do you get from the tarot today? Just want to adjust this a little bit so it gets level, more or less. There you go. Okay. Yeah, you have the Five of Swords here. So there might have been that your ego has kind of drawn you into situations where you have not seen eye to eye with people. Or you felt the need to protect yourself and to stand up for yourself. Empress, growth, anxiety, sleepless nights. Okay. Action. Oh, wow. Okay, a lot of emotions that needs to come out for you, Gemini. Page of Cups. Love coming towards you. Beautiful. Okay. And that just popped out at the bottom. I don't know if you saw that. It's the Magician. Wow. Okay, I'll put that over here and I'll put this over here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, that's a little bit too much glary, so we'll put it down here then. Okay, good. I was very happy about those two last cards here. And also the Empress card here in the middle. Beautiful. Now, I do feel like you are imbalanced, you see. And it shows in the tarot cards as well, because you have these two cards right here. This is very often, where you have an argument with somebody and then somebody ends up as a winner, but the other one ends up hurt. So you might be the winner, yes, but the others might have been hurt by you, or the other way around. They might be the winner and you're the one that's hurt. And that might have something to do with the be humble thing here as well. If you have success in your life and somebody else doesn't, it doesn't mean that you are any way, shape or form above them or better than or anything. Just remember that. I don't think that you're that kind of person, Gemini, but I'm just saying, okay? Make sure that you don't say or do anything that might then be hurtful for the ones who did not get what you got, okay? So that's just for some of you. Now, with this card though, it can also be a fight with your own ego, you see, and you're kind of hurting yourself. See that? So, and especially when I see this card here, which is sleepless nights, which is anxiety, which is worrying about things, or over analyzing, going, in that circle over and over and over again, where you keep on over analyzing all these things. I just want to move these over because I feel like that's more appropriate. So, again, it is to find that balance. It is to allow yourself to follow your heart and not follow your ego. Still that monkey mind. It is not helping you right now, Gemini, okay? So I feel like this first part of your year will be very much about listening listening to your heart. And also I feel with this, with these fears that you have here, or this worrying, or this, it will also stir up some emotional stuff for you. And that might be why the full moon is coming here and saying be real, because be real with what emotions are coming up then. It is very hard to let go of you know, the ego mind, or the need to analyze, the need to think things through, when that's something that comes so natural to you, when that's something that automatically happens. It's very difficult to say, okay, stop now. I need to do something else. So I get it. It's hard. And that's why I said you need to make it as a practice. You need to put it down in your calendar. Now we're going to meditate. Now we're going to go for a walk. Now we're going to do some yoga, where you still that monkey mind, and where you get into the heart and feel through whatever it is that you need to feel through that might pop up. Okay, so that's important, because I have a feeling that this situation has made you feel like you have to stand up for yourself, or you have to push back, or you have to defend yourself in every situation. Because ego will go there. Ego will take you there, where you become that person that always have to be right, you know. And that's very much an analytical mind thinks that way, and that's totally natural. But you don't want to be in that energy. You don't want to stay in that energy. So these 3 cards here is very much what I said with these, that there is a job to be done in the beginning of the year here. With the Empress, there is huge potential for you for growth. This is a major arcana card, and this is the card of growth, of blooming, of emerging into something new. And once you have accepted the situation, once you've started working on this, once you've gotten into this, you know, a way of thinking where you set aside the time, and where you do that regularly, once you've come into that habit, that new habit, things are going to change quickly. This is the card of action. This is the card of something happening very quickly. Okay. So just what I would say also with this card right here is, remember, this is the card of remember what you're focusing on. Because if you keep on focusing on what is not working, that's what you're going to get more of. It's time to turn around and see that there's 2 full cups behind you. Okay. This is also the card of silver lining. So see the silver lining in everything that's happened to you, because you are the magician of your own life. You have all the tools you need. But you just need to activate. You need to do them. You need to follow through, okay, with looking at your own ego, looking at the emotions coming up, finding that balance, listening to your heart, connecting to the higher self here. You are able to, but your ego is coming in your way here, okay, up until now. And then you also have the Page of Cups coming your way, which is a love offer. It can be an offer of love as in a relationship, or it can be friendship, or it can be loving relations coming your way, or it can be someone who is loving you and want to help you in this situation. So allow them to come in. It can also, of course, be love from the universe, which is, by the way, you are always loved. Okay. Now let us look at some angel cards. Animal angel card, and then we're going to pull a couple of charms in the end for you guys here. I do feel like this is a very huge year for you, Gemini, because there is huge potential for a major shift in the way you look upon things, and in your energy field. This popped out, and in the growth that you are about to get into, if you're willing to look at this, if you're willing to do the work, if you will. Okay. So huge potential for growth this coming year. Now let us look at that. The Pig. Maintain, it says, maintain self-worth and self-esteem. Yes. Self-worth as in, don't let your ego tell you any different. Don't let your ego tell you that you're not worth anything, or that you're not, you know, good enough or anything like that. Maintain self-worth and self-esteem by being in the heart space, and by listening to your higher self that loves you unconditionally, and that will tell you that you are perfect. You're perfect just the way you are. All of this is something that you have on a higher level ordered on the menu. Okay. You have said that I want to come into this life, and this is one of the things I want to experience. I want to experience the awakening. I want to experience how, how the ego can kind of mess up things. I want to experience that balance between the ego and the heart. All of this is something that you on a higher level has ordered, okay? Don't forget that. Archangel Mary, Gabriel, and Uriel might be angels you can call upon as well. We also got the ladybird. Accept happiness and good fortune. Beautiful. Archangel Preminilek. Preminilek. So, very happy omen here. Very good omen. Very, you know, I feel like this is where you're headed. Okay, you're headed to where you maintain self-worth and self-esteem and happiness and good fortune. That's where you're headed. If you are willing to do the work. If you're willing to look at it. Okay? Very important. Now, let us pull a couple of charms here in the end. Let's see. Just a couple in my hand. Oh, there was one that fell to the floor. I just have to get that. Just a second. We want to have all of them. That was meant for you. There was two that actually fell to the floor here. Okay, now let's look at it. Let's look at it, Gemini. So, the dove, yeah. Finding your peace this year. Beautiful. I feel like that's the potential for you, you see. When you still that monkey mind, you're going to find your peace, okay? That's beautiful. And you also have the star, wishing upon a star. And also that for me is a message from them saying, we have heard your prayers and we are answering them. But you have to align, kind of, you know, you have to adjust and steer the boat in the right direction and allow us to come in and help. The key to your heart, and that's with the Page of Cups. So there might be a new love offer coming or a renewal of existing love. And there's an airplane here of travel saying traveler exclusive. So there might be a journey coming, a vacation or some sort of travel coming this year. You also got a heart again. Wow, okay. So there's definitely somebody who wants to come in with love here. And you got a gingerbread woman. So something might have happened around Christmas or will happen at the end of the year towards Christmas next year. 2022 or this year actually. The two that fell to the floor was Sagittarius and an owl. So Sagittarius is of course someone who aims for what they want, and I feel like that's what you need to do here. Find that bliss within your heart. Find what it is that you truly want and just aim for it. Keep having the eye on the ball here. Very important. And gaining that wisdom. Okay? You don't gain wisdom by listening to your ego all the time. Doesn't work that way. Ego is not your best friend in this situation. Okay? So you need to get into that heart space and start listening to your spiritual team and to your higher self. They will guide you. They love you and they are with you. Okay? Be real here. Be real on what is truly what you want. Deep, deep down in your gut, in your heart, what is it that you want with your life? Picture yourself. What does it look like? If everything in your life was fixed just like that, what does it look like? Okay? Picture what does it look like? And that's what you're aiming for. That's what you want. And so follow that heart, follow that bliss. And then I feel like there's a huge potential for growth for you and reaching that goal this year. But this here needs to go. Right? We need to get out of that monkey mind. Don't let your ego tell you things that aren't true. Your ego might also tell you that you're not worthy, since this came up, and then they want to tell you that you are more than worthy. You are loved dearly, and they are here to help, and they will guide you all the way if you listen and if you're willing to do this work. Okay? Huge potential for you this coming year, Gemini. I wish you the very best. Remember, you are the magician of your own life. You have all the tools you need. You just need to get real, okay? And start doing the work, okay? Thank you so much for being with me today in this reading. Wish you the very best moving forward. Till the next time I see you.